I never considered myself jealous. Anya and I were together for almost 12 years. We met at university, went through moving together. First money, first serious problems. She was calm, balanced, not prone to drama. I trusted her completely. In recent months, something has begun to change. She began to stay late after work more often and began to talk less. If earlier she told how her day went, now she answered briefly, "Fine, tired, I'll tell you later." The phone was always face down. When I approached, she turned it over. I convinced myself it was fatigue, that she is going through a difficult period, that there is no need to get into a person's head. One night, I woke up and saw that she was not there. She sat in the kitchen with her phone and smiled at the screen. It wasn't just a funny expression. It was a smile that she had only ever given to me. I asked, "Why aren't you sleeping?" She shuddered. "Yes, so they write from work." But it wasn't from work. After a few days, I couldn't stand it. When she went into the shower, I took her phone. I knew the password. We never hid anything from each other. I opened a conversation with a contact without a name. Just an emoji. There were messages. "I miss you. When can you get out again? I feel so calm with you." The world seemed to have collapsed under my feet. I didn't make a scene. I just put the phone on the table and said, "Dash, who is he?" She tried to deny it at first. Then she cried. Then she confessed. It was her colleague. It all started with conversations at lunch. Then with complaints about life. Then with the phrases, "You understand me better than he does." And then with a kiss, accidental, as she said. "I didn't want this to happen," she repeated, "but it has already come out." I felt not only pain, I felt humiliation. I lived with her in the same apartment, shared my life with her, and at that time she was building a parallel reality with another undefined, a man. Undefined. We were trying to save something. We went to a psychologist, we talked, but every time she was delayed for 5 minutes, I saw not a clock, but a deception. 6 months later, I realized I can no longer be with a person I don't trust. We parted quietly, no scandals, no sharing, just with the feeling that something important has died. When I found out that my husband was cheating on me, I didn't cry. I just sat and looked at the wall. We were married for 9 years. We had a son, a mortgage, mutual friends, vacation plans. We weren't a perfect couple, but I thought we were a real team. He began to behave strangely. He began to take better care of himself, bought new clothes, and began to stay late at work more often. I was happy. I thought he had a second wind, growth, motivation, and then I saw the notification. "Thank you for last night. I'm still smiling." The message came on the screen while he was in the shower. I didn't read further. I had enough. When I asked, he did not deny. He immediately confessed. It was even worse than if he was lying. He said, "I'm confused. I didn't want to destroy the family. It just got out of control." I felt stupid. I felt old. I felt replaced. But I decided to forgive, for my son's sake, for the sake of the past, for the sake of what was once real between us. He broke up with her, deleted the number, wrote me notes. I tried. He was attentive and caring. But every time he lingered, my stomach would clench. Every time he smiled at the phone, I thought, not who is he writing to, but is he writing to her? I forgave him with my mind, but could not forgive him with my body, nerves, memory. A year later, I realized I am not living with him, but with betrayal. We parted calmly. He said, "I'm sorry I couldn't fix what I did," and I said, "I'm sorry I couldn't stop remembering."